work.
Okay, so when did you get started skating?
I started skateboarding when I was about 10 years old in Santa Monica, California. And then I've always been a surfer, so skateboarding was like cross-training for surfing, but I ended up being a professional skateboarder by the time I was 16, so changed things a lot.
So what are your favorite spots in surf in California?
I like to surf in San Clemente, Malibu, Oceanside, which is where one of my shops is at. And sometimes like early in the morning I'll go up to a place called Leo Carrillo, which the surfers call Segas. That's one of my favorite spots. A right-hander that comes off a rock reef. Really good, yeah.
Have you done much traveling like worldwide surfing-wise? I know skating, you've been everywhere.
Yeah, especially in Australia, like New Zealand, Brazil, a little bit in the south of France, Japan. Yeah, we usually combine surfing and skating together, especially when we're on tour.
I used to live down in Lacanau for a year.
Oh, really?
France, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that was kind of cool.
Yeah, the more places I can kind of explore, like as far as surfing and skating goes, the better. That's what I really enjoy about being a professional skateboarder, is get to travel quite a bit.
What do you think of Marseille, the fall down there?
Oh, it's good. It's a really good one.
On a worldwide scale, how would you rate that? It's one of your favorites?
Yeah, it's like an 8. I'd say like at least an 8 out of 10. They always have a good competition there. It's a pretty wild scene too. It's pretty party, you know. But,
France is always good for that, like Moscow. You've been down there, but you've been down to Moscow and Capricorn and all those places.
Yeah, Capricorn has some pretty good waves as well. But Biarritz is really good, and Hasselburg.
Yeah,
Hasselburg is like really good as well. So
yeah. Did you surf a lot around? Did you ever get to surf like Gravier and you know the Rock Food, that kind of nightclub?
Yeah.
There's a kind of famed right hand that's supposed to be like a bit like Backdoor on a good day.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No, I haven't been there yet, but it sounds like it'd be a pretty good place to hit.
Really great. It's really shore breaking. It's right on the shore.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, Hasselburg, I've gotten some really good waves there. Definitely in the past. Over by the bunkers, where the old bunkers were on the beach.
That's fun. It's La Piste. I think
yeah,
there
good.
Mongrels and stuff. Cool. So where would you say is your favorite wave you've ever surfed? Like worldwide?
Probably there's a couple really good spots. There's a spot in Costa Rica that I really like called Escondido. It's like a kind of pyramid-shaped reef that's really good. And there's not usually like a big crowd there. You have to come in on a boat. And other than that, there's a couple really good spots in Australia, like Byron Bay is real good. And in New Zealand, there's a left-hander, a really good left-hand point called Raglan. It's really amazing too.
So, which was your favorite spot there to surf?
In California?
No, in Raglan. Because there's like Whale Bay and
yeah, the indicator's really good.
You said indicators. Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's a good one. Really good.
Yeah. When I went out there for a while and I was chased out of the water by a Maori guy.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful place and it's very spiritual to the Maorin people and stuff too. So
it's kind of weird because I'm a really respectful guy, and this guy just kept on burning me, and it was fine like to do it like 3 or 4 times. This is the spot, and after that I called him off a wave because he just kept on doing it, and he just paddled up to me and he chased me out of the water. He's like, I'm gonna fucking dupe you.
Really? Well, I found New Zealand to be a lot mellower and a lot easier to get along with the people than in Australia. I thought Australia, they were pretty aggro, you know, and they will definitely get in your face. So it's kind of unusual that you had an experience like that in New Zealand of all places.
Do you think that surfing versus skateboarding, do you think, like, is there worse localism in surfing or skating? Because I know in skating in some parks, people
a little bit of both, because especially when it comes to pool skating and stuff, the localism can be very similar to what it's like surfing. Because it's just a lot of guys, you know, have like certain spots that they kind of keep on the down low, and they really try to keep like other people out. So it's the same as like the surfing vibe, but I think with surfing though, it's more of an international thing, where with the skateboarding thing, the localism is kind of more like in the Southern California and the Northern California areas. So it's a little bit different.
Yeah. How many days in England here, like in winter, it's a nightmare skating wise because it rains so much. Can you pretty much in Southern California, how many days a year do you reckon you skate?
I'd say we get at least 300 days out of the year. We get a lot of good skate days. We got good weather, you know. And even when we're not skating out of doors, we have a couple of indoor facilities, like the Vans Park, the Skate Lab, Supreme. in LA, up the street from my shop, has a bowl inside. Or even a lot of the guys have warehouses now. They build skate parks inside their warehouses and stuff. So we're always riding, and when it's raining and stormy, we're still out surfing and stuff too. So I'd say we get at least 300 days a year, maybe more.
I reckon probably a lot of people in England would kill me for this saying this, but I reckon that's why the level is a lot better. I know there's a few guys from Britain who've kind of made their marks, but the level tends, I'd say on the whole, is a lot higher in the US. And otherwise, all the British skaters have to move out to America because the climate here is so shit. Like, you wouldn't believe it today. But,
oh, it's beautiful today. That's why we're here. We're having a good time. Metalica's going to play tonight, so it's all good. And I'm going to be skating out here in about an hour or so it's going to be a great day. But yeah, I mean, the British skaters, they just have to be a little bit tougher, I think, to persevere. And not only the weather, but just the environment and the way that, like, basically they have the American skate and surf scene to kind of look towards for direction and for inspiration. But also, I mean, I had a good friend that was from Cornwall back in the day in the 70s, and even was one of the first professional surfers. He wasn't a skateboarder, he skated a bit. But this guy named Ted Deerhurst, and he passed away a few years ago, but he was like his full name was George William Omar, the Lord of Deerhurst, Earl of Coventry. And he was a blue blood, but he was also an avid surfer. So he kind of like helped kind of push it to the next level. Him and Richard Cram and a lot of guys that were coming from this area, like Aussies and English guys that knew that there was good surf in England. Because they definitely get some good waves occasionally, like down in Cornwall and areas like that. So it's all about how dedicated and how hardcore you really want to be, especially if you're an English surfer.
Like Cornwall's great actually if you want to be a skater, because they got have you been to the Mount Hawke facility there?
No,
They've
I
got
haven't.
like an indoor facility in Cornwall that's got a flat ground and
awesome.
like really nice street.
Well, next time I come back, maybe I'll have some time to go to the coast and go out there to Cornwall.
Yeah, it's one of the best parks in Britain. Definitely one
I
of the
think
top
Apex
five.
Twin's out there too. Yeah, doesn't he live in the area out there?
Who's that?
Apex Twin.
Yeah.
Richard James. Yeah, I'm a big fan of his music as well. So.
Cool. Do you have anything you want to plug?
Basically, if you get a chance, you want to check and see what's happening with Alva, go to www.alvaskates.com, or you can go to alvahardcore.com. And we've got a new store in LA, Alva Los Angeles, and Dan's Tennis Shoes. I got a new shoe coming out, independent trucks, and Alva Skates dominates. That's all I can say.
It's a pleasure talking to you, bud. Thanks for your time.
My pleasure too. Have a good time at Downlo.